Sup, it's Hallie, and welcome back to Interview Club. When we last left off, we were in the middle of a bunch of swamp questions. Alright, Natsuki. 1. Why do you wear your hair in pigtails? Is there a reason at all? I dislike the way the style of pigtails looks, to be honest.
Hey, nobody asked you. I wear them because I like them, obviously. And if you don't, then deal with it. You don't have to look.
2. What motivates you to be such a jerk to people? Yuri is so nice, and you are so mean to her, not always, but a lot. Why?
Oh, come on, you practically set me up for that. Yeah, I'm a jerk to people who deserve it. Like, for instance, guys who insult my hair for no reason. But Yuri, well, we've had our share of conflicts before. She's not always nice either. But I know I have my role in those arguments too. She wants us to be closer, and I said I was open to that, so I guess I'll try to be nicer from now on.
3. Do you hate me?
Well, I haven't exactly been thrilled with your questions so far, but that doesn't mean I hate you for it. Not yet, at least.
4. T-Series or PewDiePie?
I'm not especially a fan of either one, but at least PewDiePie isn't some blood-sucking corporation. I'd rather that YouTube's top channel be an actual person, even if his content is kinda dumb.
5. Thoughts on Willikins?
He's one of the best people on the sun. Honestly, the rest of you should be taking notes. I'm sure he can help you see what's so great about me.
6. What are you doing in my swamp?
Whatever I freaking want!
Yuri. 1. Why are you so shy? There is nothing wrong with that, I'm just curious.
Well, it's not a conscious choice. You must know I'm nervous around others by now, right? It's not so strange, is it?
2. T-Series or PewDiePie?
I have no interest in either of them. I'm not that fond of Indian music, and from what I hear, PewDiePie is mostly memes. No disrespect meant to their audiences. They're just not for me.
3. Have you ever touched a video game console in your life? Not literally, because a lot of people who don't play video games have touched consoles, but have you ever played one? I hear Shiro makes some, and if you haven't or have played video games in the past, you should consider playing one of his.
My gaming experience so far is limited only to Smash. I've never owned or played any other consoles. I always preferred reading. I don't think Shiro has any games ready to play yet. If he wanted me to try one, I might consider it as a friend. Or, an acquaintance.
4. Do you... Don't hate me. Stuff your bra. I'm so fucked sorry.
Goodness, no, they're already too much. I've no inclination to make these any larger by any artificial means.
5. Thoughts on memes?
I've said before that I'm not very fond of them. Even when I get them, I don't often think they're funny. They're all just tired jokes to me.
6. What are your thoughts on the concept of noise pollution?
I know it all too well. I read best in a quiet setting, and too much noise makes it difficult to get immersed. Our country is so populous that there's a lot of hustle and bustle to be heard. There's not much to be done about it, it's just a fact of life, really. Still, I think quieter is always better. Nobody needs all that noise.
7. What are you doing in my swamp? Darko.
What? Your swamp? Why are you shouting? Did I do something wrong?
Avant from Tuxin. Guess it'll drop another go. I can't seem to leave this community. Have any of you guys heard of a short-lived group called Bloom06? If there was a source for inspiring me to make poems, it would be from this group, which was comprised of 2 of the members of Eiffel-65, the same group behind Blue Dabadi.
Oh, but I can't say I've heard of them.
I know that Blue song, but nothing about the band.
You're not the only one. Does anybody have a clue?
And don't look at me.
I guess Bloom06 is an offshoot or something.
If they inspired you to write poetry, I'll have to check them out.
The same here. I certainly won't complain about no music for the follow-up.
Have you ever listened to any other Eiffel-65 songs besides Blue?
Anyone?
That's the only song I know them for.
I feel like that's the case with a lot of bands.
Yeah, they get known for one song and the rest barely gets any attention.
Maybe it's time I heard what they have to offer.
It couldn't hurt to give them a listen.
Yeah, we can be the Music Appreciation Club for a little bit.
This was a reference to a thing I started and then dropped immediately. Who here is the more likely to be into Eurodance?
For that style of music, I bet Sayori and Dutski.
It's certainly not my usual fare.
What's it like real fast and upbeat. In other words, excellent. Okay, yeah, I'm sure I'd love it.
I'm not so keen on digitized lyrics, but I can still dig the groove.
I'm impartial. I usually prefer OSTs from games and anime. Nothing wrong with that. I'm down for whatever. I'll listen to most anything. What other languages do you guys speak?
Like I told you, Japanese and English. Our school emphasizes the importance of English, so it's a regular class for us. And of course, we don't speak our native language. I'm not so great at English. I barely get by.
Same here. It's not like we need it for much. Reading all these comments is the most I've used it.
Well, I use it fairly often in my reading and writing. I just find it so fascinating. So many incredible words. I speak the same two languages, but I learn them in the opposite order.
Kool-Aid or Crystal Light?
What the heck is Crystal Light?
Is it similar to Kool-Aid?
It's basically the same thing. There's some little differences. But ultimately, they're both just flavoring for water.
Well, I know I like Kool-Aid, but is Crystal Light just as good?
They're practically equal, but I haven't seen Crystal Light since we moved. I think I'll just stick with tea.
Kool-Aid's all I know, so I guess it wins by default.
That's fair. Same here. Ditto.
I've had both, but I have no preference.
I'm with Yuri. I'll pass, thanks.
I actually had to look up whether they sold Crystal Light in Japan or not to answer that question. 9 Inch Nails or How to Destroy Angels?
Well, they both have Reznor in common.
The boss from Super Mario World.
No, the musician they were named after.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, you haven't heard 9 Inch Nails? No way.
Nothing comes to mind.
You probably heard some of their songs and just didn't know it.
Seems likely.
I doubt that's true for me. That tears it. We're having a jam session before the follow-up. I'll make sure y'all got it by then, alright?
Off the top of your heads, what was the weirdest commercial you remember growing up?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't quite recall any. I watched television so rarely, I just ignored the advertisements. I wish I could have managed that. The ads that stuck with me are all the ones I hated. Like those stupid head-on commercials. They're ingrained in me until the day I die.
I didn't watch much TV either, but for whatever reason. I remember Old Spice always had the weirdest commercials. Seriously, anything with Terry Crews in it was just amazing.
Do it, look him up. I'm like Tiff, I only remembered the ads that bugged me. I used to watch the same network a lot, so they'd always have a few commercials for shows coming on later. They'd take one clip they thought would sell the show, and then it'd come up over and over constantly. To be honest, it usually just made me not want to watch them.
I'll hear you on that.
For me, it's been a while. I don't remember any in particular, but toy commercials were always way over the top. They had to be for some of those dumb products to look cool. Every ad was just a blur of color and noise designed to get kids riled up.
Well, that was especially true of cereal commercials, but they were their own unique brand of weird. Any food product with a mascot was bound to have something bizarre. Like the extreme length sugar bear would go just for sweetened puffed rice.
I love Real Capri Sun's funny commercials. Probably because they all ended the same way. Respect the boat! Respect it!
Emma Cassandra, dear Lord, I desperately need to stop thinking of questions. The tildes only work on Discord, I want to say? I can't remember which site uses tildes to make crossouts. Anyway, for everyone, what is your favorite genre or kind of music to listen to?
I like death metal!
Whoa, what? Are you for real right now?
Yeah, it's great for relieving stress.
I guess that's true. Y'all know I prefer rap, but I like most anything with lyrics.
Techno for me, thanks. Didn't I tell you this before?
I listen to a lot of pop music. I guess it's a broad category. Or maybe I just have plain tastes. I don't know. It's that.
Well, of course I'm biased-art pianos, so I love classical music. I look for versions of songs that feature pianos more prominently, or that use them in place of other instruments.
I adore classical as well, but lean more towards symphonies and orchestras. Strings produce some of the finest tones I've ever heard.
I'm not sure if this counts, but retro game music is my jam. I don't know why, but 8 and 16-bit tracks just have a simple charm to them.
In other words, they're beeps and boops. Boops?
I'm gone! Leo Hughes O'Tail. What do each and every one of you hope for the club to turn out in the future?
Well, guys, what would you like to see? What do I care? I'm not gonna be here. You don't want to leave something behind for the next people. What next people? It barely got off the ground in the first place.
Hey-yo.
That's right. Tiff will be the only one in the school next year.
I'd love to keep it going, but we'd have to get more people first. But supposing it did work out, what would you like to see?
I think foam sharing was really fun. It'd be nice if they still did it.
Well, definitely make some slam poetry happen at the very least.
Maybe get a stock of books for the closet so people have some stuff to choose from.
That's a good suggestion, Natsuki. I was thinking the same thing. So I'll say there's never a bad time for tea if someone was able to keep a set on hand.
I'd want to encourage more writing and literary analysis. Maybe have everyone read the same book and discuss it. Those are all great ideas. I don't have much to add.
Come on, there must be something you'd like them to do.
I don't know, I guess don't neglect manga as literature.
Oh man, that's what I should have said.
So what about you, Miss President?
I'm a little torn. It'd be nice if it continued, but the club was never meant to go on forever. Whether it makes it to next year, or if today was its last, doesn't really matter. But if you get that chance, you may, or you have my permission to take it as far as you want.
Not at all a pretentious answer. Also, what country would everyone like to visit?
I think you found out earlier.
That they did.
Let's see. Amanita Opriata. Non-Monica Dokis. Thoughts on Monica?
Oh, I guess I'll leave you to it.
Well, I think she's just great. I can see why she's a school legend.
I'm not so sure about her.
Huh? Like how?
Like this entire AMA thing. She started this crazy huge subreddit, and they just happen to know everything about us. Really. She has a lot going on, but I trust her as far as I can throw her.
Likewise, I'm not sure what to make of her anymore. I used to think highly of her. She's impressive in so many ways. But questions have been asked that raise too much suspicion.
Relax, guys. She cares about you in the club, I promise. Although, I do wonder what she's thinking sometimes.
For all she's done, she's just an ordinary girl like anyone else. An amazing person, but still human. I feel like I hardly know anything about her, but she strikes me as a calculating individual. Whatever it may be, she knows exactly what she's trying to do. Thoughts on rabbits?
I think they're super cute.
Rabbits are definitely adorable. Bad for gardens, but still cute.
Agreed. Does anyone else, or anything else even need said? No arguments here. What about the rest of you?
I know, all good.
Rabbits are fine by me.
They're only the cutest rodents ever.
Then there we go. How twisted do you gotta be to dislike bunnies? Monica, how much do you love me?
With all my heart, of course. But you should know that already, shouldn't you?
Let's see, thoughts on me and thoughts on Willykins?
Well, the eyes can't really see what you're like. But personally, I find your dedication rather charming. That goes for both of you, by the way. Hold up, what's Willykins like? I mean, I know he's my #1 fan or something, but he tends to mention you a lot in almost every comment. That's actually what this next question is about.
Thoughts on Monica counter and Natsuki counter and Sayori counter? Monica Opriata said, Monica, 8 times in this comment. Just Monica, 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 just Monica. Thanks, Monica Counterbot.
They have bots that count how many times our names are said? Yep, some people just love us that much.
Oh, there's no Yuri counter.
There's an account with that name, but it's not a bot or even a member of the sub.
Oh.
Don't feel too bad. You have plenty of fans, even if they don't say your name that often. How much does Willykins say my name? I think the highest I saw was somewhere in the 40s. Altogether? And 1 comment. Wow, that's... Okay, Willy, if you're watching this, I'm fine with you liking me and all, but I hope you aren't, like, obsessing. As long as you're taking care of yourself, alright? Same for you, Amanita. It's great to feel so treasured, but make sure you're living well, too. Has there anyone who off to say you encounter a lot? Not especially, but yours is a little unique. For each mention, it adds 1 letter in the bot's post. They spell Forever. Oh.
If they ever make a Tiffany counter, they'll have to make sure it counts tips as well.
Not to be a downer, but I think these bots kinda just clutter up the sub with pointless comments. People talk about us so often that these counterbots show up everywhere. Seems like a bit much for a simple gag.
Yeah, I can see how that might be an issue.
Favorite Japanese food?
Naturally, I already told you when we talked about vegetarian dishes. But edamame is just too good. They're the perfect healthy snack. Pizza isn't Japanese, so I guess my favorite is rice.
Just plain old rice.
I thought you liked pizza because of all the variety offers. Oh yeah, I eat rice more often than anything else. Fair enough.
Sorry to give a plain answer too, but I just love sushi.
At least there are multiple kinds of it. Sushi is good, but I prefer sashimi myself. I find the presentation more appealing. I'll let all group vegetarian tell you about this. My favorite is Horenso no Gomai.
Oh, that's a type of Japanese salad. I want to say something better, but I'm just used to ramen by now.
Because it's... The implication here is that she eats ramen more often because her dad just doesn't provide anything else or much else of substance. I'm not picky by any stretch, but I like food prepared in hibachi style. Just don't neglect the sauces. And every food answer Shiro gives is like the unhealthiest thing I can have him answer for. Favorite anime? You know, I don't think I actually said before. My favorite anime is Full Metal Panic Fumofu, the joke offshoot of the main series. Something about a semi-serious show going full-blown gags is just hilarious to me.
You already know my favorite, so I'm not saying it again.
I'm trying to remember what I was trying to set up here. Because, like, Tiff established earlier that there was a Parfait Girls anime, and I can't remember if Natsuki said that was her favorite too. But the whole point here was, like, they don't actually find out about each other's interest in Parfait Girls at this moment.
Well, mine is a show I used to watch in my childhood. That being Sailor Moon, it's my mom's favorite too.
I grew up with Cardcaptor Sakura.
That's a great one too.
And like I told you, mine's Cowboy Bebop.
I can't think of anything.
You don't have a favorite anime?
I almost never watch any. I may have got single episodes of things during my random forays into television, but nothing ever stuck with me. I can't really share.
I'm right there with you. Anime doesn't interest me much. But there is one I recall. I can't quite remember the title. It was about this superhero who, there was like a limit on his power. I think he could only use it for so long before it wore out. In the city where he lived, heroism was sensationalized and superheroics got huge media coverage. And I think there was some young upstart who had the same power as him. The title was Two Animals or something. It was fairly interesting.
What the heck did you watch?
I don't know, I'm not big on